understand, do you? I'm not doing this stuff. That's what you're paid for. I just have some community service hours to put in, and then I am out of here. Get a couple of drunk driving tickets, and people start thinking you should be cleaning out bedpans in a nursing home. Hello, me again, yes, hi. Okay, what if I put in some quality time with some of these people? Will that be enough for you to sign off on my hours? Thanks, great. You can get to those bedpans. They don't clean themselves. Well, at least this one isn't drooling. Hello, is anyone home?
Yes, I'm home. This is where I live.
Still don't think you're home, old man.
Are you sure? Well, this sounds right. No, I'm pretty sure I'm home. I don't think we've met. I'm Weldon.
Okay, hold on. That picture, that drawing, that is the woman who wanted me to do the disgusting stuff. Look at these nails. Do they look like bedpan-worthy hands to you?
I'm sorry, those are very beautiful hands, but I do not understand the correlation between their beauty and the need for bedpans to be clean. Please explain.
What the heck's wrong with you? You seem plumb nuts.
Now, is that answering my question? If it is, I'm going to write it down, but I don't want to have to erase it. It makes my notebooks messy and harder for me to read. So, if you don't mind, is your response answering my question?
No, it isn't.
Okay. Well, thanks for clearing that up. I was really getting confused there for a minute. Now, I do remember asking if we had met. And I believe that I extended my hand in the appropriate way for a proper greeting. Is that correct?
Yes, you did. It's Blanch.
Blanch. B-L-A-N-C-H, Blanch. Is that correct?
You're a genius.
Genius?
Okay, that was sarcasm. You don't need to look it up.
Sarcasm, yes, I do have a problem with sarcasm. Thanks for pointing that out, Blanch. Now, if you don't mind, would you just look directly at me and hold that for just a couple of minutes? This won't take long at all.
Okay, do I get to see it?
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. See what?
You're really a piece of work, aren't you? You just drew my picture. Do I get to see it?
Oh, yes, sure. You can see it.
Wow, you drew that pretty fast. A pretty good picture of me. Were you an artist or something? Okay, hold on, Sherlock. You don't need to answer that. everyone from the nursing home in here. And your family. Your daughter's very beautiful. She's a doctor. She comes to visit you every Sunday, even though it's a 4-hour drive. Your granddaughter's very cute. She's 7. It's nice that your daughter brings her to see you so often.
Yes, Barbara. Oh, she works so hard. I don't know how she has time to make such a long drive every week. And my granddaughter, Cassie, when she comes through that door, runs down the hall to jump in my arms, whoa, life is a new blessing every time. I am such a lucky guy.
So, do you have like your whole brain in that stack of notebooks?
Well, I think that's a correct statement, but you stopped me from looking last time. Would you like me to verify? It doesn't take long.
Nope. No problem. That's okay. So you have a puzzle here.
I know that's a correct statement. I don't have to look that up. I love puzzles. Would you like to join me? That is, if your hands are suited to this task.
Much more suited for puzzles than cleaning piss and crap out of disgusting old people's bedpans.
Wonderful.
Well, where is the box? What is the puzzle that we're doing?
I don't understand your question.
The puzzle, it comes in a box. The box has a picture of the puzzle on it. Where is that box? How are we supposed to do this puzzle if we don't know what the picture is? The question seemed pretty stinking obvious, Einstein. Forget about the Einstein part. Where is the box?
I just have Nurse Ross dump the puzzles on the table and take away the boxes. I know what the picture is when the puzzle's complete. It's an amazing feeling seeing that picture come together, take shape, and start to become something. If I knew what the picture was, the surprise would be gone.
You're a strange one. Okay, can you just do me a favor? Can you stop with the notebooks after everything I say? Can you just remember that?
I can remember that, Blanche. Sorry for annoying you.
Okay, thank you. Let's just do the puzzle. Yay.
I love puzzles.
Great. Okay, hold on. I keep getting these pieces that do not seem to match anything. I think someone gave you a defective puzzle.
I've been looking all over for this piece. You're really very good at this. This piece goes right here to this puzzle, like that. You seem to be more focused on that one, but you're welcome to work on whichever one you like.
Okay, hold on. So you have 2 puzzles here, and all the pieces are mixed up together.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's only pieces to 2 puzzles. At least I haven't found pieces to a 3rd one yet. But you know, we could have Nurse Ross bring us a 3rd puzzle if you'd like.
No. That's... You really are a nut job, aren't you? Can you just... No, remember? Well, Weldon, guess what? I have done my community service right now for today. It was rough, oof, but I feel like I have done my part to make the world a better place. So, if you don't mind, I have to come back tomorrow. Maybe I can join you. week of this crap. But it's better than jail. Having connections is a good thing.
I enjoyed meeting you today, Blanch. You are welcome to come back whenever you're here. Good morning, Blanch. It's nice to see you again.
Good morning, Weldon. Got a lot done yesterday. You remember me? You remember my name?
Yes, every evening I list out all the things that might happen the next day. Then in the morning, I review all that information pertaining to those possibilities. You said you'd be back, so you were one of those possibilities.
That is one of the strangest things I've ever heard anyone say. If you didn't look that up, you wouldn't remember who I am.
That's a correct statement, Blanch. I reviewed everything pertaining to the information that I was reading in my notebook because I knew that I really annoyed you by looking up everything yesterday, so I took extra time this morning getting prepared for all the possible directions our conversation might go.
The possible directions our conversation might go.
Yes.
Like,
Well, like I thought we might want to talk about our children. So I reviewed the information about my daughter Barbara, my granddaughter Cassie, who's 7. I believe that's about the age of your daughter. That's just one of the areas I looked into.
okay, I never mentioned having a daughter. How did you know that?
Yesterday I noticed hanging outside of your purse is a keychain with a big pink letter M on it. I believe that might be your daughter's first initial.
Macy, you're right. How did you know she's 7?
Yesterday when you read that Cassie was 7, your eyebrows shot up and the tone of your voice changed. Both indicate a strong personal connection to that information.
You were able to recognize that by the way my eyebrows moved and the way my voice changed.
Yes.
And then you wrote it all down in your notebook after I left yesterday so we could talk about it.
Yes.
Well, can I see?
Yes.
Grew up poor, but married into money. How on earth could you know that?
Well, your vernacular indicates a lower class upbringing, which is trying to be masked. And one possible reason for masking it would be to fit into higher class social structures. Your keys are from a Mercedes. You leave them purposefully hanging outside your purse for the only reason of letting other people know that you drive such a car. This indicates an insecurity about the money and your place in that social setting. If you had grown up in such, you'd have less desire to use the possession of an expensive automobile to compensate for your past. And then there's the extensive plastic surgery I noticed to your...
Weldon.
I'm sorry, was I incorrect? I find that highly unlikely, but I'd like to know so I can adjust my observations.
You're right about the marrying into money part, not about the surgery part.
Is that so? Well, I'm going to need more information to justify changing my conclusion. Please provide that information.
Can we just do the puzzle?
Well, sure. I love puzzles.
You are an interesting man, Weldon. You load your brain every morning from your stack of notebooks. Were you always like this?
Well, I thought this is one of the possible directions our conversation might go. So, I looked up everything pertaining to my past. It seems about 10 years ago, I got a brain tumor. And when they removed it, it left me with some serious memory complications, along with some interesting side effects, like, for instance, I howl at the moon at midnight.
Okay, really?
You haven't noticed my memory problems?
No, I mean the howling part.
Oh, that part. That was a joke. I forgot I said that.
You forgot you said that. Was that a joke too?
Yes, pretty clever, wasn't it?
Very clever. So, what did you do before the tumor?
I was a mathematician with NASA.
And now you sit in this awful place doing puzzles.
I don't understand.
You worked at NASA? You had a good career. You made good money. You lived with your wife, you had family and friends, and now you sit here in a place that smells like a mixture of piss and Clorox, with people who can't even control their own body functions, and your only source of entertainment are these stupid puzzles.
Blanche, I want you to imagine something. Imagine your whole life you've loved candy. But you can't eat candy all day, 3 meals a day, every day. It's not good for you. No nutritional value, makes you fat, rots your teeth, a bunch of other undesirable side effects. One day, you get a brain tumor. And when they remove it, vegetables taste like candy. Green beans taste like Twizzlers. Peas taste like M&Ms. Bowl of salad tastes like a big bowl of cotton candy.
Brussels sprouts.
Ooh, chocolate-covered cherries.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
It is wonderful, Blanche. It is wonderful. My entire life, I've loved puzzles. All sorts of puzzles. Now, with what happened to my brain, the entire world is one gigantic puzzle. I wake up every morning excited to solve the puzzles life gifts me with. Tying my shoes? That's an adventure. So my daughter, she brought me some Velcro shoes. I threw them out. There's no mystery in Velcro. Here, I don't have to worry about anything but solving puzzles. You said you'd be coming back a week. You are a new puzzle for me. And I get to solve the puzzle of your unhappiness.
I'm not unhappy. I have everything I could want.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe using your husband for the sole reason of providing you with money and status brings you more fulfillment than I deduce. And maybe that gentleman you're having an affair with brings you more happiness than I realize. And the guilt you carry is for a different reason altogether.
I don't think you're ever going to have the chance to find out. Goodbye, Weldon.
Good morning, Blanche. I'm glad you decided to come back.
How did you know it was me?
You have a distinct walk. It's as if you're trying to decide you really want to move forward. It's an undecided walk. fast, uptight, with a strong characteristic of uncertainty. And your perfume, it's a drastic change over the smell of piss and Clorox.
I'm sorry I stormed off yesterday. Can I join you and help with the puzzle?
I'd love that. Please, join me.
Will you be analyzing everything I say and everything my face does and every action that I take?
Absolutely.
Will you tell me why I'm unhappy?
I will tell you Friday.
Can you tell me how to fix it?
Yes, Friday.
Thank you. I really mean that. Thank you. You have a new puzzle here. I didn't get to see what the last ones were.
Well, Nurse Ross dumped all these pieces on the table right before I got here. She's a sly woman. She's always trying to trick me. I am pretty sure there's pieces to two puzzles here, but they're cut from the same die. I have no idea how she managed to pull that off. A remarkable woman.
Nurse Ross. Can I? Her. I have not been too nice to her the past couple days.
She informed me. I don't think you should expect to be on her Christmas card list.
That's not the first list like that I'll be left off of. What are all these tables and diagrams you have? You have red and black arrows going everywhere.
Well, this table right here, that lists Nurse Ross' major character traits. And that one lists her more minor traits. This graph, it shows the correlation in those traits. The people she's in contact with, the time of day, what she eats, and a number of other variables. Now these arrows, they show the flow of the pattern of responses based on the environmental stimuli and the flow of emotional energy. Turn the page right there. That's a predictive table of how certain stimuli will cause a response so I can track my hypothesis.
And you do this for everyone you meet.
Mostly.
And you're able to follow all this? Because it seems like you get lost. There is so much information and so many people.
Oh, the grandest puzzle of all, people. And I'm blessed to do this all day, every day. Why, I can read that as easy as I can drink a glass of water.
So when you planned your possibilities for today, was I one of them?
The only possibility. Well, the plumber is coming to take care of that drainage problem in the kitchen, but that's not going to upset my daily activities much at all. I do predict lunch will be 19 minutes late.
So you knew I'd be back.
Yes?
How?
Well, if you just follow these arrows right here from your personality traits down to...
Oh, I believe it. All right, let's just work on the puzzle.
I love puzzles.
So your wife,
Died almost 12 years ago.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up.
Blanch, do you still want me to tell you how to be happy by Friday?
Yes, I really do.
Okay, then don't be sorry. Ask what you want to ask. Say what you want to say. If I'm overly hurt by it, I just won't record the event. And by tomorrow, I will have forgotten all about it.
So, did you love her?
Most days. Some days, I couldn't stand to be around her. That is, until I figured out that love is a choice. It's not a reaction to other people's actions. Love is a choice, and when I chose to love her, it caused a change in my behavior, which in turn triggered a change in her behavior. We had many wonderful years together.
Okay, so what I think I hear you saying is that you started treating her like you loved her, and then she started treating you better.
No, no. I loved her, period. My actions were of that love, period. How she treated me was not part of the equation. We're not Pavlovian dogs responding to positive reinforcement. We choose love. And when we choose to love, it's unconditional.
I have something I need to go do, but I'll be back tomorrow.
Blanch.
Only one entry on that table. Am I that predictable?
Absolutely. Good morning, Blanche. Did the date go well?
Very well. He really is a good man. I don't know why he's put up with me for so long.
It's a treasure chest.
It is. I just haven't opened it before.
No, this puzzle is a treasure chest. Not sure what that one's going to be yet.
Well, I'm going to stick with my metaphor.
It is a fine one. I am glad that you're opening that treasure chest. I know you're going to find great riches. And I'm not talking about money.
You really are something, aren't you?
I find that comment to be self-evident. If I was nothing, you would have looked pretty silly these past 3 days.
Now you're just annoying.
Now you're sounding like my wife.
Is your family coming to visit on Sunday?
I hope so. Cassie gets pretty upset when she isn't able to come.
That's really nice. I'd like to meet them.
You ought to bring Macy on Sunday with you. I know she and Cassie would get along really well.
Really? That'd be okay?
Oh, I insist. That is, if you can tolerate the smell of piss and Clorox.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Oh, hold on. There goes Nurse Ross. Did you see that over there? That old woman, she knocked her cane, it fell behind her chair, she couldn't see where it went.
That's Mrs. Gunter. She used to help me with these puzzles, that is, till her eyesight got too bad.
Does anybody come to visit her?
No, her family that isn't dead lives too far away.
Wait, you knew that without looking it up.
I predicted that our conversation might go in this direction. So I reviewed everyone's profiles this morning.
Okay, so what's the capital of Maine?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Okay, do you really know, or did you just predict that I might ask that?
Now, I know the capital of every state.
Okay.
The capital of Maine is M.
You're impossible. Do you know what it really is?
Not a clue, but I can find out real quick.
That's okay. For once, I wanted to be not predictable to you.
I did predict that.
Okay, so tell me something else about yourself. What else do you do for fun besides puzzles?
You'd laugh.
I would never laugh at you.
Promise? My wife used to laugh at me all the time for it.
I promise.
Comic books. I love comic books. DC mostly. Batman was my favorite.
I can see you liking comic books. Why Batman?
Well, Batman has no superpowers. It's all cunning and hard work.
That makes sense. Did you have a big collection of comic books? Okay.
Comic books? Ooh, it says here I sold most of my belongings when I came here to help cover the expenses. I was wanting to take some of the burden off of Barbara. It seems this luxury lifestyle I have here isn't cheap. Barbara pays without complaint. I imagine it's still not easy, even on a doctor's income. Wow. Oh my. Didn't predict this. Wow. I see that I got a lot of money for my comic book collection. Whoa. Well, I guess that was a good thing, I guess.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, it's okay. Nurse Ross brings me Batman puzzles often, and I love those, so best of both worlds.
Nurse Ross. You really like her, don't you? Treats you well.
She's a wonderful woman. I am lucky to have her here. You know, she brings me extra puddings most days at dinner. One vanilla and one chocolate.
That's sweet. I'm glad she takes care of you.
She's an amazing person. Blanch, I want you to imagine something for me. Imagine you can see people's emotions. Imagine it's like energy. It's like both positive and negative, like in a car battery, positive red, negative black, and you can see that energy flowing between people. Can you do that?
Are you giving me a science lesson here, Mr. NASA?
No, this is a people lesson, Blanche. But we can just do the puzzle if you're not interested.
Didn't you say that people were the grandest puzzle of them all?
I don't remember saying that, but it certainly sounds like something I would say because it's true.
Okay, I'm going to imagine the flow of energy between people.
Both positive and negative.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Just watch people. Watch Nurse Ross over there, or the other staff, or watch my friends over there.
All right, here I go. Done. Now what?
Are you mocking me?
Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna watch people, observe the flow of energy between them. That's not weird. Okay,
Well, did you see anything?
I don't know. I did not see any energy flowing, but it was kind of interesting because, just watching people. I don't know how much I've actually just watched people and looked at the ways they interact, and I for sure have not thought too much about the way that my interactions may be creating something positive or negative in other people.
Well, very good, Blanche. Now, experiment. Imagine you can see that energy and it's flowing from you. What happens when you let the negative energy flow? What happens when you let the positive energy flow?
That's what these arrows are, isn't it? This is the flow of energy. That's what you're charting, right? The red is the positive energy and the black is the negative.
Very perceptive, Blanche.
between Nurse Ross and me. She has mostly all red arrows, and I have mostly all black.
Again, very perceptive.
Am I that negative of a person, Weldon?
Extraordinarily. Very self-centered also.
You're not gonna sugarcoat that for me just a little bit.
No, that wouldn't benefit you or me. Now here's the next part of the experiment, Blanch. Spend the rest of the day drawing red arrows and observe what happens to others and what happens to you.
Okay, Weldon, I'm gonna go draw some arrows. I'll see you tomorrow. Mrs. Gunner, hi. I just wanted to say that you look really beautiful today, and you have lovely hands. And I was just thinking, since I have to come back tomorrow, that maybe I could bring some nail polish that I have and see how it looks on you. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it too. I will see you tomorrow.
Blanch? Whoa, I thought someone was wearing your perfume. And I did not recognize your footsteps.
Guess maybe you've decided I want to move forward and my footsteps have changed.
I'm glad to hear that.
I ended the affair.
That sounds like a step forward.
And I've joined AA. Russell's been really supportive of that. He and I are going to get help. We're going to start marriage counseling next week.
You're full of good ideas this morning.
Thanks to you and your crazy brain and having me draw arrows. I drew a lot of them yesterday.
And?
Well, I don't really know how to say this, but there's a red arrow that I want to draw right now. I brought you something.
Oh?
I figured it'd be like reading them for the first time for you.
Oh my goodness, Batman comics. I can't remember the last time I read one of these. Oh, I did not predict this. Oh, thank you, Blanch. This is incredible. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, you told me that you'd tell me today why I'm unhappy.
Yes. Are you ready?
Nope. I don't need you to tell me anymore. I know how to get on the path to being happy. I'm choosing love, and Russell and I, we're gonna go down that path together. I know it's gonna take time and hard work, but you showed me that path.
I predicted that.
Weldon, you are a superhero to me. You have taught me things that nobody else could. Kind of like the puzzler saves the damsel in distress.
Puzzler. Puzzler? Puzzler. I like the sound of that.
Now, if you don't mind, puzzler, promised Miss Gunner that I do her nails, and I'm trying to see if I can get on somebody's Christmas card list.
Wonder how many bedpans that's gonna take.
But Sunday? I'll see you Sunday with Macy if that's still okay.
Absolutely, I would love that.
And maybe I could come back from time to time and join you and help you with puzzles. Maybe if I do a good job with Mrs. Gunner and her nails, I bet some of the other women might want me to do theirs too.
I'd love that too. I know you're gonna be the talk of the place with your manicure skills. Would you please let Nurse Ross know when you're coming though, so I can get that recorded in my notebooks and be prepared for your visit?
Absolutely. I'll see you on Sunday, puzzler. What do you mean? What? No, I just saw him. What do you mean? No, no. You drew me red arrows. There's gonna be a lot more red arrows on my path now. But you predicted that.